Star Wars fans, we have just received massive word on not one but two different projects that have some massive updates. Before we get started, guys, if you could hit that subscribe button and get us to 1,000 subs, it would mean the absolute world to me. We are so close. First, let's talk about my favorite show from last year, Ahsoka. We have finally confirmed that season 2 is in the works. This gets me very excited. Obviously, I was kind of expecting a season 2 to happen with how they ended off season 1. And with Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire film coming out, I want them to set that up as much as possible. So a second season of Ahsoka with possibly having Anakin come back as a Force ghost, more stories to tell with Thrawn, Ezra, and the Rebels crew is going to be completely awesome. Now let's shift gears real quick and talk about the big elephant in the room, the big piece of news, the big reason why I'm making this video today. The Mandalorian is going to be continuing, but not in the traditional sense that we've come to know on Disney+. Disney has decided to make Mandalorian and Grogu a feature film that is going to be released in theaters, directed by Jon Favreau and produced by Jon Favreau and Kathleen Kennedy, with supervision from Dave Filoni and just all the people who have made Star Wars great over the past couple years. With this news, it makes me wonder, are we going to be getting a Mandalorian season 4 on Disney+? I still think so, and actually I think that is something that people are talking about currently. The plans maybe are still to make a season 4 of The Mandalorian that leads into this 2025 film. But man, this is super exciting because the next movie that we were sort of supposed to be getting was the Rey standalone film, and while some people were very excited for it, I think a lot more people are going to be happy that we're going to be getting that and a Mandalorian film following Din and Grogu. Now, who knows if the title, The Mandalorian and Grogu, is going to be the official title. It is a little bit long, especially if you add the Star Wars headline to it. I wonder if they're going to change it. But nonetheless, I think this is a great step. Star Wars has not been in theaters since The Rise of Skywalker, and we all know how that kind of turned out, dividing the fan base. So bringing Star Wars back to the theaters with these beloved characters is a great move by Lucasfilm, a great move by Disney, and is something I frankly can't wait for. Now switching course back over to the discussion between the Rey film that was supposed to be coming out with her leading a new sort of Jedi Order after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. We're going to be getting both of these things, so no matter who you are as a Star Wars fan, whether you like the sequel trilogy, the original trilogy, or these new characters from the Disney era, you're going to have something to look forward to and something that you can enjoy. I'm mostly curious about your guys' opinion on switching The Mandalorian over from a TV show on Disney Plus to a feature film. We do know that Disney with Marvel and with Star Wars has sort of been trying to find the sweet spot between episodic television and feature films, and it seems like they're starting to understand what the fans want and what works for them as a business. In my opinion, the more the better. We have Echo releasing tonight, so you guys, if you want to see that review on the channel, just hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be covering that whole show. I'm so excited to see it. I'm excited to see Kingpin, Daredevil, and Echo. But this video is about Star Wars, so let's keep it on that. We also have to remember that Skeleton Crew is supposed to be coming out sometime soon. We haven't even gotten a trailer for it. We haven't really gotten a first look besides, I think, a screenshot or two. So this random Tuesday announcement of the next Star Wars film going to be released and the continuation of another Star Wars show leaves me wondering what their plans are for Skeleton Crew. Frankly, it's making me less excited because I have things that I'm more excited about way further down the line. I think the aspect of this that excites me the most is that Jon Favreau is going to be directing and helming this project from the ground up. We know he created and helped create The Mandalorian with Dave Filoni, but Jon Favreau has a fantastic directorial sort of resume, so having him control a Star Wars film is great stuff. I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but maybe this explains some of the weirdness that was going on in The Mandalorian Season 3. We had several plot lines that didn't really pan out, such as the Mythosaur being shown in I think the first or second episode and then never being touched on again until the very end, and even so it was kind of just a tease. We have the return of Moff Gideon, the main villain from the Mandalorian series, and he returns in the second to last episode, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but they just kill him. It felt a little weird and disjointed, and while I'm not saying that I necessarily hate season 3 of The Mandalorian, I do think it was the weakest out of the first 3, and I think having a film that you can contain a whole story in, 2.5 hours, 2 hours, is a good thing, and I think they're going to knock it out of the park. I'm just waiting to hear more, and we know that Pedro Pascal is going to be involved with this, so bring it on. I hope he gets to remove his helmet. I hope we get more of Grogu. I hope we get to even see other characters such as Luke, maybe Leia, or Thrawn and Ahsoka. Time will tell. Give me your thoughts down below. Do you like the idea of them switching over to a film release for these very popular characters who they know are going to make them money and who are sort of the face of Star Wars at the moment? Or do you kind of wish that they stayed with Disney Plus and released more seasons like a television series? Personally, I could have had it either way. I'm really interested to see how they do it as a film. It would be kind of weird if they just stopped making Mandalorian seasons on Disney Plus, as the first 3 seasons don't tell a cohesive story overall, but who knows, maybe they're going to do a film and they're going to go back to TV. We just don't know enough information yet. Nonetheless, I'm very excited. However, again, we still have Ahsoka season 2 to look forward to, and that, of course, I am the most excited for. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button and the like button on the way out. Join us on the road to 1,000 subs, and I will see you all very soon.